Marissa. I'm here today doing something a little bit different. I've never done this on my channel, so it's new. I'm at my working altar. Okay, it's like a back room area, and I have this cabinet space and all the cabinet space up here, and everything's filled with my magical working stuff, from herbs, candles, candlestick holders. I don't think I don't know if I have put it online as a magical space, but this is one of my magical spaces, and this is my working space. Okay. Yes, I'm bending over so I can look up into the camera. I'm using my cell phone. Don't have nothing special. Had to put a light in here because it's very dark. If I turn it off, it's really dark in here. But today we're going to, we've got a full moon coming tomorrow. Today is the 18th of February. And tomorrow is the February full moon. And there's many names for it, of course: storm moon, horning moon, hunger moon, wild moon, red and cleansing, quickening, the big winter moon. When I play with the moons, I use the DJ Conway Moon Magic book. I love this book. You can tell. Yeah. Anyhow, I go through it a lot. This is one of my favorite books to use. We are going to have, excuse a few cats, this is their feeding station too. Anyhow, so what we're going to do is, it is supposed to snow tomorrow here in Kansas. And I want that water from that snow. When I use different types of water to make spell water, I use the snow or the thunder snow. I use, or rain, and if it comes on a full moon, it's extra special for me. Well, this one's coming in February. I have a close friend. Well, not a close friend. I have a friend that is having difficulties with an abusive relationship, and I want to make some water for abusive relationships to cleanse it, to purify it, to protect her, to snow water, freeze it in its place. Okay? So, I mean, ice water or snow water or anything that's frozen, it kind of like freezes it in its place. And then you can use that water in spells for, you know, whatever I've added to the water. Okay? So I'm going to bring you along and show you how I'm going to put this together and tell you what I'm going to do so that maybe you can start working with your different weather water. I know this sounds different, but this is how I do it. And it works very well for me. Now, what I have here on my table, I'm going to stand up. I've got my candles burning. You should always have a candle burning. I have a working candle. Let's light her over here. My flick and switch. I put it down here in my little green cat. Okay. So I have this. This is my moon bowl. A very, very close witchy friend of mine gave me this. And I use it for scrying, making different waters in, spells. I've used this bowl for many things. Do you hear that whining? I'm gonna let my dog in. Would you quit your whining? Come on. Oh my gosh, all four of you. Are you coming? Okay, Dixie. That'd be good. I'm videoing. Sorry about that. But I have animals. The door's right there. They hear me talking. When Mama doesn't talk, they don't whine at the door. Okay, so anyhow, where was I? My bowl. All right. And of course, a book. I always do that. Put it over here on my holder. Then I always have a notebook so that what I do you know, I write it all down, the date. I write down from my book, which is the Witch's Date book. I write down what is corresponding for those days. I'm working today, but I'm going to work it into Tuesday because the full moon comes around at 10-something a.m. Here it would be, that's Eastern. So I'm, what, 2 hours? So 12 o'clock, about 12 o'clock. But I want to put it out all night where the full moon is getting it out on the deck. So I want to charge the water in the full moon. And that's what we're going to do. So I've got my incense burning. And the different colors of candles that I have. Of course, I have black. Black is to dispel negativity. White, dispel negativity. Black protection also. The lavender is the color of this moon. Its colors are light blue and violet. So I'm using a lavender color. Inside the book, of course, it tells you all the different correspondences. So, you know, I kind of go from those correspondences. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ready this bowl. And also, it's supposed to snow, so the snow will accumulate in the bowl because it's going to be sitting outside. And while it's sitting outside, you know, and accumulating that snow water, it'll fuse into the water that I put in here and started the spell work. All right. So I'm using purified water. It's just regular drinking water. Does the body good? Okay, and then I also have a little jar here that I've saved up. I've got a little white sticker across it so that I can write down what moon, what year, what the planets were in, what it's going to be used for, all in this, so that I have it right there. All right, so I've poured my little bit of water in my bowl, and I love the sun's eye oils. I use them in, I don't know, everything. So I'm going to put a couple of drops of it in there. Alrighty, now I'm going to use a little bit of cedar. I'm going to take the cedar silver spoon. Ooh, make a mess. It's always fun to make a mess. Okay. Oh my God, that smells wonderful. And then I'm going to use a little bit of lavender. Fill my little jars. I've got this cabinet up here is just full of working herbs. A little bit of lavender. Just a spoonful. That's what I'm using. Because when it goes into the jar, it'll start, you know, its way in there. And now I'm going to use a little bit of red clover. Okay, if you can't get red clover, some people can't get a hold of red clover. The other ones that I'm using are simple. I mean, you can get a hold of those. You can use, hold on here, let me tell you. You can use wisteria, or you can use heliotrope. But I'm using red clover because this is a little bit more, it has a little bit more bite. And I want, it's used for exorcisms. So remember, I'm trying to get rid of an abusive boyfriend. All right, so that's what I'm doing. So inside that little bowl, I'll just use my spoon and stir it up real good. Okay. So now I've got this nice inky, milky looking bowl, and the dogs think I have some type of T-R-E-A-T. By the way, I can't say the word. If I say the word, we'll have all sorts of problems. All right. Now, when I use a spoon, I wash it and cleanse it and put it back in my spoon holder. Now, it also asks, I'm going to use stones. I use stones in basically everything. I have a little box. Inside this little box is my tiny stones. These are the ones that, you know, I can sprinkle into the water and it goes into the jar and it infuses with that stone. So let's see, we need amethyst and I need quartz crystal. All right. Then I want to also put a little bit of tiger's eye in because she needs that strength. All right, so I'm going to drop a few little stones into the water. All right, and then same with the amethyst. I'm going to drop a few little stones of it into there. And then I'm also going to do my crystals. Remember, crystals are your battery. All right, always use crystals in everything. That's what I say. So, okay, close my little jar thingy up. Cats like to knock those. I mean, they will literally just push them off the counter. Little turkeys. But anyhow, so I've got my water started. All right. So it's all nice and ready to go. Yes, it's milky. Different funny colors. See? Smells good. But now I'm going to take this tonight and I'm going to put it out on my back deck. Because out here in the small town, there's no big lights. It is so, the sky and the stars are so, you can see them so brilliantly. So the moon, it likes to track right up and over my deck. And I have a spot out there. It's like a little altar. And I will set my bowl. Now, I didn't fill the bowl all the way up because it's going to freeze. Because it is 16 degrees outside. So it won't break my bowl. It'll just freeze in an upward position. It'll kind of push itself up. That's another reason why I put the oil in it. That way it has that, you know, gloss to it. It helps it, or gloss it. It makes it, it doesn't crack your bowl outwards. It moves up. So I'm going to put that out there. If I feel that I don't want to risk the bowl being broken, I'll just put it in my, I have skylights. And the sun pierces right through my skylights, so, or the moon. I can always put it right under there, so I don't have to worry about it. But I want it to catch some of that snow tomorrow. That's the reason why I'm doing this, is I want that snow water. That's what I want. Of course, if you didn't want to put it outside, you could always keep it inside in a window, and be sure that you scoop up some of it from outside and put it inside of your bowl. And then I will put it in my nice little jar and I will mark it and I will have it for when I need it. Okay? I will let my little candles burn. I will do my magical infusion off camera. Because everybody has their own different ways of doing it. I'm going to try to do these every moon. If there's any type of moisture. If there's not, I'll try to do something that goes along with that moon. Hopefully this will get me back into it. You all have a blessed day. And thanks for coming by. Bye.